finally happening! Welcome, lovely liebe Leute. Heute haben wir ein neues Video, die euch sehr gefallen wird. I'll be talking about career and life goals, burnout, which I'm sure you all relate to. Yeah, let me know if you resonate with any of these following statements. You chose a career you were not sure about and feel you've been autopilot ever since. You constantly change your mind about your goals, your objectives, and maybe your dream job. Maybe you have a job and it's okay, but something feels off, something feels wrong, and you cannot put your finger on it. Maybe you fell on the comfort zone and feel scared, or maybe just don't know what's your next step and how to move on. Well, I personally went through each of these stages throughout all my life, and I hated it. But somehow I managed to keep my determination up and managed to push through all these struggles until eventually I reached a conclusion that sort of helped me ease all these struggles at once. Ever since, thanks to this revelation, I basically have found eternal happiness and youth. Also, I'm now living a multi-millionaire life in, let's see, best city to be a millionaire. Yeah, New Zealand, Bay of Islands. Bay of Island. Ooh. I'm living an amazing multi-millionaire life there. Okay, fine, I'm not a millionaire and haven't found eternal happiness. I have found eternal youth though. Who's a multi-millionaire is Snorlax here. Say hello, Snorlax. So in hopes of inspiring you and helping you with this life-threatening conundrum, I decided to record this video in a sort of face-to-face, although I cannot see you unless I put Snorlax there, face-to-face chat with you about my thoughts on career goals, anxiety, burnout, and how I deal with it and how I don't have anxiety anymore, which is amazing. So yeah, let's go. Roll the intro. I don't have an intro. Snorlax, help! Let's just get on with the piece of advice itself. You ready? This is going to change your life forever. I'm joking. I realized that your life and career goal is and should be a flexible, unreachable, everlasting goal. Alright, so that's it. I'm tucking out for the video. Snorlax, you take over. I'm joking. Okay, that's so stupid. Oh my god. You see, there's loads of advice out there about how to plan and set up your goals. There's people who say you should write them on a piece of paper in a sort of 5 to 10 years plan and arrange them in short to long-term goals. Others recommend the importance of simply enjoying the path. I do agree to this way to plan your goals. And I see there's potential there. These methods are, I'm sure they are great in practice, but well, there's a major problem, which is people don't know for certain what their goals are to begin with. I myself have changed my goals, ambitions, hobbies, project ideas at least 100 times. How am I supposed to foresee my future if I don't have a clue about my present self? How is my 18 years old me supposed to plan my entire life if all I care in that age is playing Super Smash Bros. And sex? I know there seems to be a very quite large group of people who know for certain what their passion and their sort of career path leads to. I'm thinking like people like artists, devoted musicians, people who are very devoted to their crafts and know for certain that's what they want to do forever in their life. But in my experience, I and most of the mortals don't have this clear vision and are sort of forever struggling in this like oh so dangerous world of follow your dreams, finding your passion, which I think is a very dangerous world, to be honest. The point being, truthfully listening to yourself and discerning through this inside noise and picking up what truly resonates with us and what's necessary for our lives in a clear way is bloody hard. And not only that, there's a big problem in the equation. The most important variable of the equation, which is ourselves, is not a static variable. In fact, it could be less static. It changes every week and suffers from daily anxiety, life-damaging brain farts, which forever change the outcome of our thoughts every day, out of reasons even the variable itself cannot comprehend. Plus external unpredictable events that change your life forever and you cannot really do much about it, just like a world pandemic. For instance, many years ago, I myself, all I wanted to do was try different career options because I was feeling lost, I was feeling overwhelmed by all the options that were at my disposal, and basically I was not sure what was the right path for me. Working on the films industry, living abroad, learning languages, getting to work on a video game project. I had all these thoughts at once. How am I supposed to cope with that? It was not until I got hired and moved to London I realized this mindset of mine was wrong all along. Here's what I realized. That version of me, 5 years ago, at the time, had a set of goals that were, and should have been, different from the goals that my present self has at the moment. That me from 5 years ago was a different person. Person with different experiences. A person with different experiences is likely to have a different set of goals. Different people, different mindset, different goals. How am I supposed to plan my life if we assume we change a lot and never come to be the same person that we were once before? But in practice, only once reaching one goal, the closest short-term goal of yours, only then the next goal becomes apparent. In my experience, only once I managed to work on a film, only then the next career goals began to make sense. Only once I get to work abroad, only then I realize how much fulfillment and joy learning languages and living abroad brings to my life, and how it should have been a higher focus on my life early on. Only once I got to work on a video game, then could I appreciate and reassure how important it is for me to get to have my own video games company in the future. None of these conclusions would have been reached had I tried to write them down on a piece of paper and trying to guess how my 5 and 10 years would turn out in the future. It doesn't make sense. My 5 years ago self wouldn't probably agree on these conclusions I just told you. He would argue those are not what he looks for at the moment. So my life and career anxiety has been deeply reduced since I adopted this new mindset, which is focus on short-term goals that you can truly live up to and enjoy the process that reaches you there as much as you can. Enjoy the present and enjoy the small victories as much as you can. Embrace flexibility, embrace improvising, and fully living the excitement of reaching them. Which in practice makes the search for goals a constant, everlasting search that adapts to the experiences and mindset at the time in a flexible way, rendering the finish line of the race as unreachable. Now, there's still one subtle flaw, one subtle problem I didn't tackle, which is actually very hard. How do we get to find these so wonderful short-term goals to begin with? How do we discern inside our noise? Well, that has to do with probably learning to listen to yourself truthfully, which is bloody hard. Practicing healthy habits, exercising, probably meditating, doing things like yoga, anything that has to do with stopping, listening. But that's a topic for another video. And also remember that everything I said is just something that worked for me. It doesn't necessarily need to work with you. That's very important. Make sure you write down anything that resonated with you. Try to apply it with your life and see if it gives you satisfying results. Thank you for listening to my rambling. I hope it shed some light on your issues. Eventually, if you listen to yourself and you achieve those short-term goals, you should be fine. So yeah, there you go. I tried to do more of a rambling in front of the camera format this time, rather than trying to aim for high production value, which is something that has given me a lot of mental health anxiety, to be honest, because I cannot keep up with the level, I mean, they're not that good, but the level I provided with the rest of the few videos I already made. So I thought I would try a format where I talk to a camera and just give my thoughts on a topic in a sort of like face-to-face chatting with you format. There's still plenty of things I can cover this way. If you found this format enjoyable, let me know in the comments below. Liking this video feeds Law's algorithm and helps the video to get spread among people who are probably interested in similar topics, and you don't want to upset the algorithm. That's it. Me and Snorlax are signing off. It was a pleasure to get to talk with you. Now I'll not edit this video forever. Bye.